good morning, good afternoon, whichever time it is. My name is Christian, and this is my assignment for week 7 and 8 of communication in a digital world. And for my week assignment today, I'm going to be not creating, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to create an AI agent. Kind of whether to help you in the real world, school, work, and any environment that you might think might help. So we're going to start off on the basics of really just what an AI agent is. And really what it is it's some much entirely AI, but what it does is it's supposed to automate a little bit of your life, whether that be daily tasks, project management, like keeping track of your Excels, or keeping track of all your assignments. It can help in multiple different ways that can help you, and you never know when it's going to assist you, when it's going to help you, and when you'll actually need it on your day to day. Um, I've been messing around with it a little bit here and there as I work more and more, and my work is actually a big contributor into AI and wanting to boost it into our daily task and daily work. For me, I do project management, so it helps perfectly on what I do. It assists in keeping track of all those projects. It helps me on my day-to-day task and what I'm supposed to be doing. These little things here help me become a little bit more productive, and not spend as much time thinking of what will I do today. So, anyways, to the task now. Today I'll be showing you how to create one. All right. And now that you have your, oh wait, apologies, my camera is not on. Alrighty. And now that you have your Microsoft Copilot open, what you're gonna do is you are going to click here where it says New Agent. Now, once you click New Agent, what it's gonna do is it's gonna open up this web page and it's gonna say, build your own special message agent builder, and then it's gonna look at these templates, my agents. You see, even I was starting to look on this, but as you start looking, now you're probably gonna ask yourself, why exactly is the message here? Now it's actually here to assist you and actually make your agent a lot more descriptive, I would say. It assists you in so much more than you think. So me being in project management, this is one of the main things that I actually used when looking up contracting requirements. Now, here, for example, I'm gonna actually make one right now that I use for work, technically on my own, but it kind of speeds up the process of what I do for searching. So, one of the main things is contractors, and obviously their state requirements. So for me, I'm gonna add GC. Well, we'll be a little bit more specific than that. General contracting. Oh, requirements in the United States. Now we're gonna be a little bit more broad here because one thing is we do work inside Alaska and Hawaii, so we're gonna include that as well. Alright, we're gonna click enter and see how exactly what's gonna pop up. Now this is just kind of a starting point for us, alright? We're gonna get into more detail as to what exactly we're gonna want and more specifically as this gets filled out here. But we'll give it a minute here and let it load. Alright. And as you see here, it's filling up on the left here, and on the right here is where your agent builder is actually going to be filled out. Now, as you see here, it provides a small description of what it actually is. And for me, it filled out, helps research and summarize general contracting requirements across the contiguous United States, excluding Alaska and Hawaii. It compares state licensee, registration, insurance, bond exam experience, and, and renewal requirements. Flags when users should verify details with specific contractors' license boards. So that's kind of one of the main things here. And even here in instructions, purpose here, you'll start reading here. It starts looking into the details. The purpose helps understand general contracting requirements, general guidelines, state level requirements. Not, and this is just for the agent to follow. Really, this is what these steps are for. So it'll be focusing on state requirements. Use clear, practical language for contractors. verified, time sensitive, legal. Now that would be like whether it changes in the new states because different states like to include different laws and different new kind of new safety things. This they like to be safe and better be safe than sorry. All right, back to it. Skills identify whether states require general contractor licensing, registration, or no statewide license. As you know, in certain states, whether that be, let's see, for example, let's say Texas. Texas doesn't actually require a contracting license. As for New Mexico, like for us in New Mexico, New Mexico actually required one of the most up-to-date licenses that are required. A very specific permitting, having the dates on all the permitting, making sure that all their licenses were up to date. So it really depends on the states on what kind of trouble you're gonna get into and what you'll actually need to get done. It's very, very detailed. Um, Now see, summarize requirements, make requirements, ease transition goals, help users rely on outdated and complete systems, use tables for multi-state comparisons. It's very, very detailed, and even here it shows compare states, no states, startup checklist, experience. These are prompts here, and what these prompts are for is it'll help you it helps your agent really kind of respond better, and you show these prompts, and if it's consistent, the way it's going to work is that it'll provide you with these up-to-date things more specifically and how it's tailored to you and how you would actually want it. So it's very, very detailed. Now here, what I'm going to add here, because I'm a very, very simple person and I like to figure out things on the easiest way ever. So make it so if I provide a state in full or abbreviation, give me a summary of that state requirement. Now, these are really just simple tasks or simple conversations that you're having with the robot. It's hard to really think about that. When you're building this, it's a robot that you're actually listening to. So um, we'll see. As we see, we'll see how it responds. And see, here you go. State summary, whether it be Texas or any of that, abbreviations heading like Texas or Florida. Abbreviation now triggers a focus state specific content. Now, okay, that's one of the only things that I'm going to add here. We're going to keep it very short and simple for this video, just for the learning sake of it. So, as we go back up, I'm going to change it, as I like to have a little bit more character into these agents, just to bring it more to life, you say. So, he is going to be named Charles. Now, we're going to go ahead and create. Now, when you create these agents are only private to you unless you actually share them with someone or they get put on a post themselves. So, here we go, creating this agent. This window keeps it open, and just like that, boom. Your agent has been created specifically tailored to how you would want it. Now, for example here, now that we have it created, we're gonna shoot an example. Now, I live in the state of Illinois. For a little personal bio of myself, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot in my state, Illinois. And then here you see searching, and then just like that, within seconds, you get everything that you needed and you're searching for. No statewide general contracting license is required. Look at that. And I actually knew that specifically because, working here has given me those perks. It shoots you a little bit more detail as to, primary agencies. There is no statewide agency. There is no state exam, no general requirements. It's very, very vague. But see, now, say, for example, how I shot in New Mexico. Let's go NM, New Mexico. It's searching general, boom. And just like that, as easy as it goes, New Mexico requires a state license for most general contract work through industry division. And it actually shows you everything required, everything needed. Generally 2 years of experience, generally 4 years of documented experience to get into general building. You need obviously contracted licensing bonds. You need to have everything in regards to commercial and residential. And I don't really know why it's different for these states, but I know that it's very important when you're working into these projects and working in so many different states to know that what's required and the certain contractor that's needed to hire for that work. Because if you have one that goes to the East Coast and say we have work starting to come on the west by California, New Mexico, Utah, say that person that you have specifically for the east, he actually is not licensed to work out there, so he's forced to, now us as project managers, we're forced to look for different contractors, figure out, go through all the background checks and make sure that they're qualified to do the work that we require them to. So it's very, very broad, and it's very, 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 very extensive research that we have to do with all these companies. So it's very nice when we go through these projects in different states or new states. Say if we were to be coming to Illinois, now we know, okay, cool, our contractor go in there without actually having a requirement because he has the work experience from a different state. So it's very, very, very nice to understand that and how much quicker it can actually help. Um, so now that concludes our segment of showing you exactly how to create an agent on Copilot. Very, very simple, very, very easy, and very, very effective if you know how to use it. The more you get into it, the more you understand it, and the more you learn that, hey, who knows, Copilot might actually be, and not just Copilot in itself, but AI in general might actually help you in the smallest ways you might not know. So I'm here to support that, and I'm also here to see how it grows in our future. But that is the end of my assignment. My name is Christian de la Cruz. Thank you. And this is for week 7 and 8 of communication in the digital world. Thank you.